we are getting ready to make some Thanksgiving leftovers. This is going to be a turkey stew or soup, depending on how much flour and butter you want to use. So you can do it either way. Here's all the ingredients that I have laid out for you. 1 medium onion, diced, 2 stalks of celery, chopped up, 3 to 4 carrots, cut into chunks. You'll also need 4 cloves of garlic, 4 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 cup flour, 6 cups of turkey stock. You can also use chicken or vegetable. You'll need 1 teaspoon thyme, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon salt, and 1/2 teaspoon pepper. And finally, 3 to 4 cups chopped up leftover turkey. You can use either breast or thigh or both, whatever you want to use or whatever you have. And so now I'm just going to take a couple of tablespoons of oil and get my Dutch oven ready to go. So I'm going to take a couple tablespoons of oil and get it into my pot here, and we're going to get cooking with our onion, our celery, and our carrots. We're going to saute those until the onions are translucent. Then we're going to squeeze in our garlic, cook it for about 30 more seconds. We're going to melt our tablespoons of butter. There is 4 tablespoons of butter there. Get it melted, and then we're going to mix in our flour, and that's going to create our roux, yes, on top of our vegetables, where we'll then add our turkey stock. This is the turkey stock I made from last year's turkey bones. We'll make that again this year. I have about 3 cups of turkey here that I'll add in, but not before I add in our teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of thyme, teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. We're gonna cut up and peel 3 potatoes and add those in. I didn't do those ahead of time so that they didn't turn brown. I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly cut up my 3 potatoes. These are Yukons. I like to use these because they stand up a little bit better to that cooking process than, say, a russet would do. You can also use a red potato. There we go, and we'll put those in towards the end. We're gonna bring it to a boil, then we're gonna turn it down to a simmer, add our potatoes and our turkey. All right, we're starting to come to a boil. I'm just gonna give it a stir. So it's still more of a broth. You could always make a roux to add to it and thicken it up if you want, but I'm not going to do that. Now that we're at that boil, I'm gonna go ahead and put in my potatoes and my turkey. I'm gonna return this to a boil, then I'm gonna cover it and simmer it for 30 minutes. At that point, I'm gonna check my potatoes. All right, our stew is done. It looks beautiful. Look at this. And the broth does thicken up a little bit more as it cooks. It is, I would say, halfway in between a stew and a soup. I'm just trying to cut back on some of that flour and butter in my diet, so that's why I didn't add more to make it a true stew. Okay, that looks absolutely beautiful. I do have a preference for dark meat, but I will use turkey breast in here if I have some left. It's up to you and your preferences, and also on what you have left over. So don't be afraid if you have like an extra carrot to go ahead and use it, or if you're a little short on celery, just use what you have. These recipes are flexible. You don't have to be perfect with them. So with that said, is there something you'd like to learn how to make? Tell me what it is down below in the comments.
That's one boy.